In a field of green, the lady called a meadow. She would walk when no one else was around, in a long white dress blowing in the summer breeze. She called it her summer gown. She would touch the trees and kneel to pick a flower, and very slowly that flower she did pick, for it was the velvet soft petals of the tulip that made her appreciate it. She would walk the meadow when it was shining, or when the satin dress she wore was very clean, and when the day itself was not too cloudy, and all the meadow's grass was bright and green. She would walk through the meadow knowing her accomplishments, but to this field she only wandered to dream. And there nothing else seemed to matter, except how beautiful all the world seemed. She would imagine how the world would like this scenery, but she could imagine too the way they'd cut it down. So she kept the land she loved very private, and never let a soul see her gown. When she entered her private world, she felt rewarded. Not a barrier or a confidant to escape, just the floating breeze and the smell of the flowers and the nature of the field to relate. But the people of the town knew the lady, and they talked of her because she'd rarely come to chat. And when she didn't come to town very often, they would all wonder where she's at. One day, a townsman spied her in the meadow. He watched her as she worshipped the trees, and he stood silent as she stooped to touch a flower, with her gown blowing in the breeze. Not understanding this, he ran to spark some interest, and told them of a woman in a dress. But what he hadn't seen, he never told them. They all had to figure out the rest. Well, hundreds of conclusions hit the grapevine, not even one starting to be true. But every day someone else had the answer, and all the people gathered to hear the news. Some say they think she's an alcoholic, pointing to the way she keeps to herself. find a point they will believe. But the lady in the meadow and the townspeople are both finding what they need. In a scary movie, the lady may be haunted, and keeping to herself would be the best. But movies and real life rarely parallel, especially when the lady is already living her quest. Consider spending time in a meadow on a day when the sky shines bright. The trees, the leaves, and the flowers all hit your eyes only right. If in your mind you can generate a euphoric feeling, think of the lady in her gown. Alone she kneels to smell the flowers. She doesn't need anyone else around. Other people may be closer than 1 mile away, but she feels like she's alone on the globe. And I know she's never lonely. She's got her meadow, the flowers, and her